What's up, everyone? Today we're back with a really awesome microphone review. Today we got the SE Electronics SE7 handheld microphone. This thing has a really high quality built-in shock mount. The microphone sounds really nice. We're going to let you hear this with no audio editing at all other than volume adjustments to get it up to the right level, but we're not going to do anything to change the way the microphone sounds, so you can hear it as it is. I'm going to run a bunch of little microphone tests so you can hear how it performs in different situations. We'll compare it to a couple of other microphones and all kinds of good stuff like that. If you're interested in picking one of these up, I'll put a link to where you can get this or some other really awesome stuff in the video's description and the pinned comment. And I'll also put a list of the microphone specs down there in the video's description as well, if you're interested in that. Before we get started, don't forget to smash that like button and leave a comment after watching this and let me know what you think of the microphone, but let's get to it. So this thing is supposed to have a crazy amazing shock mount, so I say that's the first thing we're going to test. So when you're holding this and you're handling this and even tapping on the microphone, look at this, you're probably not really hearing much of anything when it comes to handling noise or tapping noise. Honestly, out of all the handheld microphones I have or have used, this one has way better tap or noise rejection from bumps and taps or just moving it around in your hand than anything I've ever seen before. So that shock mount is awesome. So the next thing we're going to test is the off-axis noise rejection, where I turn the microphone and I talk, and we'll see how it rejects noise from the sides and the back. So I'm going to start by talking into it just like this. And now I'm going to slowly turn the microphone. So check 1, 2. We're turning it a little more. We're turning it more. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. We are at 90 degrees. So let's go ahead and turn this even more. So let's go over to this side. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. 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 And the microphone is all tangled up, and that's a big problem. I just listened back to that, and that was probably about the most impressive test I've ever seen on any microphone for off-axis noise rejection. Now, I think this is a hypercardioid. Now, I believe this is a I believe this microphone has a oh my god, I cannot say this. All of that mess, and I wasn't even saying the right thing. This is a supercardioid. Supercardioid, which means it's kind of like a narrow beam. It doesn't pick up much from the sides. And when I turned it to the side of the back, you could barely hear me at all. That's impressive. I mean, that is impressive for off-axis noise rejection. All right, so next we're going to do a keyboard test. So I'm going to start typing on my mechanical keyboard and see how much noise this picks up. So right now I'm typing on the keyboard, and I've got a weird feeling you're probably not even hearing that. And this is kind of a loud mechanical keyboard, but going from that last test we just did, I bet you barely hear that at all. I could be wrong, but I'm going to play this back in a second and find out. But right now, I am typing on that keyboard like crazy. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is test plosives and sibilance. So silly cell seashells, 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 silly cell seashells. Are the S sounds harsh and hard to listen to? Are they shrill? Do they pierce your ears? I don't think they're too bad on this microphone, honestly. So there's our sibilance test. Now let's test the plosive. Peter Piper picked a peck of peppers. 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 Peter Piper. So there are some plosives. They're not super horrible. If you have the microphone in the right position, off a little bit to the side, 45-degree angle, and pointed at the corner of your mouth, when you say Peter Piper, Peter Piper, Peter Piper, you shouldn't really have that problem in the first place. So proper microphone placement takes care of that. But if you happen to be talking right into the front and say Peter Piper, well, you know, you're going to get some plosives. Every microphone's going to do that. Let's go ahead and sing into it a little bit. I woke up to the sound of pouring rain. The wind would whisper in a dream of you. All the tears you cry, they call my name. And when you needed me, I came through. Yeah, I can't hit those high notes. I'm going to Jackson. I'm going to mess around. I'm going to Jackson. Watch out, Jackson Town. We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. I've been talking about a Jackson Ever since the fire went out, I'm going to Jackson. I'm gonna mess around. I'm going to Jackson. Watch out, Jackson Town. All right, so there we have it. Let's go ahead and compare this to a couple of microphones. I think this has a really interesting kind of mid-forward sound to it. So this is the SE Electronics V7 handheld microphone. So let's go ahead and switch over to the next mic so you can hear the difference between this one and the next microphone. Again, this is the SE Electronics, and here comes the next microphone right about now. Now we are talking on the Shure SM57, which is probably one of everybody's favorite microphones. It just sounds good. It's really versatile. It's very detailed. It's a very different sounding microphone. So you may like the sound of one versus the other. This doesn't have the noise rejection. This doesn't have the, I don't know, this one doesn't perform the same way, but you may or may not like the way this sounds better. So this will definitely have more handling noise and pick up more background noise and stuff, but it has a very, very different sound signature. So this is the Shure SM57. Let's go back to the SE Electronics and see how that sounds. I am back on the SE Electronics V7, so we're going to go ahead and switch to another microphone in just a second. So we are back on the SE Electronics V7, so this is the way the V7 sounds, and this is the way the next microphone sounds. So let's switch in 3, 2, 1, bam. Now we are talking into the AKG D5 handheld microphone, and back when I used to play out in bands, this was the microphone that I would actually sing into. I think I bought this microphone used for like 30 or 40 bucks back in the day, and I've had this thing for probably 20 years. I'm not kidding. The overall sound is very nice. This was designed specifically for vocals, so it is a vocal microphone, if I can get that out correctly. So let's go ahead and switch back to the SE Electronics and then move on to the next mic. And we are back on the SE Electronics V7 again, so let you hear what this sounds like before we switch back to the next microphone. So again, this is the SE Electronics V7, so let's go ahead and switch to the next mic so you can hear how that sounds in 3, 2, 1, ba-bam! Okay, so now we're talking on to the Shure SM7B. This is a pretty nice microphone. It's definitely got that deep, dark, broadcasty sound. So if you're looking for that dark, bassy sound, this microphone has you covered. This is great for people with high-pitched voices. If you got a deeper or a darker voice, this may or may not be the best choice for you, but this is the Shure SM7B. Legendary podcast, voiceover, voice this, whatever. Maybe not voiceovers. I don't think this is the ideal mic for voiceovers, but yeah, radio broadcast. I think that's what I was trying to say. Let's move on to the next microphone. I am back on the SE Electronics V7, so we're going to go ahead and switch to another microphone in just a second. So we are back on the SE Electronics V7, so this is the way the V7 sounds, and this is the way the next microphone sounds. So let's switch in 3, 2, 1, bam. This is the Fifine K669D. It's a little dynamic microphone that will run you roughly around $40 at the time I'm recording this video. It is a brighter, more high-pitched sounding microphone, but this is the difference between a $40 microphone and a $99 microphone like the SE Electronics V7. You know, I mean, the prices on these things could always go up, but most of these really nice handheld microphones you can get for about 99 bucks. So anyways, this is a $40. It might be a $35 microphone, actually. I think this one runs $35 last time I looked, or it's, somewhere between 35 and 40. Either way, whatever. This is the way it sounds. Let's get back to the other microphone. All right, and we are back on the SE Electronics, and I'll tell you what. This video just goes to show you don't necessarily need to have an expensive microphone to sound good. I really particularly do like the way this sounds. I like the way it rejects all the background noise. I like the fact that you can pretty much tap on it and beat on it and you're not really hearing much handling noise or anything. If you like the way this microphone sounds, it's kind of a little bit mid-forward, I would say. It's kind of a little bit of a darker sound, but mid-forward. The lows aren't as prominent. The highs aren't as prominent. It just sounds really nice. It picks up a great range for the human voice. It kind of cuts through the mix. Like if you're doing a gaming video or something, you can hear yourself really well over the game. So I think this picks up the right frequencies for a microphone for somebody who's doing YouTube or content creation or something like that. I don't really feel like I need to EQ this. I mean, you could add a little bit of high end in if you wanted to, but overall, it's a really, really nice sounding microphone. I do like it a lot, and yeah, I'll put a link in the video's description and the pinned comment as to where you can get this, plus any of these other microphones or whatever. We were using a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 4th gen audio interface today, and again, we're not doing any major audio processing or anything to try and change the sound of the microphone, just some stuff to control the volume and make sure we're at the right volume and loudness and everything like that. So when you play this video back on YouTube, it's not super quiet or, you know, something like that. I don't know. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap the video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, smash that like, smash that subscribe. We would definitely appreciate that big time. And yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Have a great day. See ya. I messed up that ending so bad. I suck.